Yeah, I mean, this was the original bathroom bill that was scrapped in North Carolina. This was the reason why Trump was also pro-trans when he was literally running for the presidency in 2016. People forget this. Donald Trump literally was pro-trans. Do you remember that? Donald Trump was pro-trans when he was running for president in 2016. Things changed dramatically since 2016 to 2024. Why was he pro-trans? Because he recognized that most people didn't give a shit. He held up a pride flag at a fucking rally. Yeah, he used the LGBT against Muslims because he had smoke for the Muslims at the time. So he was like, I'm actually so pro-trans, so LGBTQ. I'm going to save them from the Islamic terrorists. He said Caitlyn Jenner can piss in whatever toilet she wants to as long as she's pissing in a fucking Trump tower.
Only weeks ago in Orlando, Florida, 49 wonderful Americans were savagely murdered by an Islamic terrorist. This time, the terrorist targeted LGBTQ community. No good, and we're going to stop it. As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me. And I have to say, as a Republican, it is so nice to hear you cheering for what I just said. Thank you.
I don't think you understand. Donald Trump in 2016 was running as a moderate on many issues, with the exception of immigration. We have completely fucking forgotten what happened in 2016. Like, it got retconned. And in many respects, I totally understand why people don't remember it, because immediately after becoming president, he didn't do any moderate things. He was obviously insane. This is great to like remind people routinely because like things change. He is a permanent room reader. This is such a funny thing because Ron DeSantis, when he was running against Donald Trump, showed all of this in a video. And I called him out too, said he was going to fucking lose big time. Not because he was also like a genuinely unlikable figure, but also because he's a fucking idiot. Like most people don't give a shit like that. Here's another one.
Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses.
That is correct.
Appearing at a live town hall meeting on the Today Show, Trump also said he admires Harriet Tubman, but doesn't think Andrew Jackson should be removed from the $20 bill.
Andrew Jackson had a great...
What's the one habit you wish he'd give up?
Retweeting.
She's referring to this infamous retweet that caused a political firestorm of Melania and Ted Cruz's wife, Heidi. It was dueling town hall meetings as just blocks away, Hillary Clinton was at Good Morning America studio.
What did he say about North Carolina's bathroom bill? He literally said, drop it. Drop it. Y'all are stupid as for caring about this. Politico, grand old primary. April 21st, 2016. Trump, transgender people can use whatever bathroom they want. Oh, I had a feeling that question was going to come up, I will tell you. North Carolina did something that was very strong, and they're paying a big price. There's a lot of problems, the Republican presidential candidate said during a town hall event on NBC's Today, referring to comments from an unnamed commentator who on Wednesday said North Carolina should leave it the way it is right now. Trump said he agreed. Leave it the way it is, North Carolina. What they're going through with all the businesses that's leaving, all the strife, and this is on both sides, leave it the way it is, he said, referring to the companies that have canceled plans to move or expand business in the state as a result of the law, which bans transgender individuals from using a bathroom that does not match their gender at birth. There have been very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate, Trump said. There has been so little trouble. And the problem with what happened in North Carolina is the strife and the economic punishment that they're taking. Matt Lauer then asked Trump, does he have any transgender people working at his company? Really, I don't know. I probably do. I really don't know. Trump said, answering that he would allow, say, a transgender celebrity like Caitlyn Jenner to use whatever bathroom she wanted at Trump Tower. No disrespect, but what point are you trying to make here? Donald Trump in 2016, when he won, was a significantly more moderate figure on this issue. Dare I say progressive or woke in comparison to Donald Trump in 2024. The only difference between then and now is that Republicans went back to the drawing board after they got a fucking massive L on the bathroom bills. So they were like, how can we tie anti-trans panics to a way that is sticky for the average American? And the answer is meritocracy. Americans love meritocracy. They love merit. What is the only place where there is merit? What is the closest to a real meritocracy? Sports. So they this is literally I know for a fact that this is what happened. There was investigative reporting on this. All of those psychopathic right-wing Christian think tanks went back to the drawing board and focus tested different kinds of narratives. They noticed that the trans bathroom bills were really stupid. Most people were like, I don't give a shit. But they found one that hit big. Sports. Trans women are cheating in sports. Trans people are cheating in sports. That polled significantly better than all other anti-trans narratives. So they kept hammering that position over and over again. But it wasn't necessarily because Americans give a fuck about trans people participating in sports, or American people hate trans people like that. It was because they thought that trans people are weird and maybe gross, but also cheating. They're being weird, gross, and cheating in sports. They're stealing scholarships from normal cis people. That could be your daughter. They're cheating. They're breaking the meritocracy. They were able to figure out a successful narrative that stuck. But it still doesn't mean that it was because everyone is that primed into fucking wanting to kill trans people. Okay? I do not think that they want to slaughter your children, okay? They want to transify your children is as sticky a narrative as the sports one. It doesn't poll as well, especially because it's too gross to think about. It is entirely too gross to think about that, and it's also so utterly devoid of the truth. If you are misogynistic, or, there's obviously evidence for this as well. In most sports, especially combat sports and whatnot, obviously men on average are probably going to outperform women on average. Okay. Cis women versus cis men. So people, if they genuinely think that due to transphobia and due to how gender ties back to our understanding of the world, and it's it has really solid, really firm social conditioning on that front. If people have that opinion, and many people do, they look at it as oh, these are men cheating. They're men cheating and ruining the meritocracy. That's just the way they operate. That's just the way they see it. That's why it's such a salient narrative that people can attach to. It's effective messaging. And it's demonstrably effective. Polls show that it's effective, right? This is an issue that the overwhelming majority of Americans will not agree with you on. So that is just the unfortunate underlying reality. But people don't think about children being mutilated by medical professionals in the same vein. That's too insane for the average person. The average person's experience with their doctors is overwhelmingly positive. People like their doctors. They don't really like their health care. People like their primary care physicians if they have it. People trust their doctors. So you cannot make Americans legitimately believe that their doctors are going to be making medical decisions to chop their children's penises off or whatever only the most insane people believe that. And that's why whenever they go off on a tangent, whenever Republicans go off on a tangent about trans children, they're trying to make everybody trans or whatever, that feeds into the base, the Nick Merckx types who are completely brain broken by this shit, unfortunately, because they watch too many Matt Walsh videos. But that is far from the attitude or the opinion that the average American has. The number of truly insane people is growing every day. But as it stands still, Fox News has not been able to, in my opinion, penetrate the collective consciousness of Americans into being primed to be that transphobic. You feel me? You smell me?